There's a connection between what Adrienne told us earlier about how she ended up in this place this morning. I too have a cautionary tale. So last January, John Morehouse, our senior minister, from this pulpit, referenced the American flag outside our church. And he said it may just be time for us to become more patriotic than we've ever been. I sent him an email thanking him for those remarks, and I included, perhaps a mistake, an unpublished editorial about why I think liberals, political liberals, should fly the American flag. He replied, "I liked your writing. When can you give a sermon on this topic?" Well, I am a little nervous, but I'm very privileged to be up here this morning. I greet you all, and I greet those online, two of whom I know, one both on the West Coast, and one that some of you know, friends of mine sitting up close. Gerald Mosley said he was going to tune in. He's in the Sacramento area. And my brother Ron, who asked me to wave at him. So there you go, Ron. And you might have noticed other visitors here this morning. There's my old friend Dick, Jim, Paul, and others are here, Jake and Beth, to support me. And if you notice someone around you that you don't know, even though they might have no relation to me, please welcome them and invite them to join you at coffee hour. My two daughters, Erin and Amanda, there they are, Erin, sitting together, are also here. They were raised in this church. Some of you helped raise them. Now, if I can exert a late Father's Day privilege, I would like to ask you to welcome them and have them stand so that you can see you, some of you, helped raise these kids. Looking at you, JB and Carol. Now, on a sober note, so last night we enjoyed an evening at the theater, and we got home later than we normally would, and I thought, well, I'll turn on the tube to see what's going on. And I thought, uh-oh, is my sermon still relevant? And as you certainly know, last night President Trump authorized and the United States military then carried out bombings of 3 nuclear enrichment sites in Iran. Involvement by the U.S. in a campaign that was, until last night, driven solely by the Israeli Defense Forces. This raises worries about a war in the Middle East, which the U.S. will be certainly involved in. Some of us, probably most of us, have strong feelings about this, including me. Hearing this news caused me to wonder if my sermon this morning remained relevant. I've concluded that it does, perhaps more. now than before. But that I needed to say something beforehand that I learned a long time ago in graduate school. Studying relationships in graduate school, I learned that when events occur in our relationships, we have intense feelings. And about those feelings, we have but 3 choices. We can move away from the relationship, nursing feelings of fear, resignation, or disgust. Or we can move against the relationship, nursing feelings of anger and retribution. Or we can move towards the relationship, even though this is the most difficult option, summoning our wisdom. Despite the news, because of the news, this morning I will urge us to move towards our country. Neither the bombing of Iran nor any potential aftermath alter the meaning or import of what my sermon was written to address, which is to preserve our democracy. People of conscience must rise above our most basic impulses and work faithfully with others to promote the ethical, spiritual, and moral foundations that sustain the American experiment, even if it's hard. And so, with that in mind, I offer you the sermon I've prepared, unchanged, and I believe more necessary now than ever. Now, on a lighter note, raise your hand if you like those little library boxes that you see in the front of people's houses, next to the sidewalk. Who likes those little boxes? Who has one at your house? Please put up one. I may walk down your street. I love those little boxes. Because I've been in a reflective mood about democracy and the Constitution lately, I was delighted to find in one of those boxes a book by Naomi Wolf that speaks to me. Give Me Liberty, a handbook for American revolutionaries. It offers advice to those like me who are uncertain as to how to stand up for your country's ideals when your government seems to have become the problem, not the solution. In the book, Wolf writes, I wrote this handbook with the faith that if Americans take personal ownership of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights